Hey guys, xDowsey here, and today I'm going to show you how to make a XP farm using either skeleton dungeons or zombie dungeons. Now, a lot of you requested to do that, for me to show you how to make this, and it's the only reason I'm doing it because YouTube is filled with these, and there's no real new designs. There's maybe a couple designs, but this is the most effective one, and it's been done before. It's not my design. Because you guys requested it, I would do it anyways. That's the way I kind of operate, is that I'll try and do stuff that's unique, but if there's lots of requests for something that isn't unique, I'll do it anyways. But yeah, this is the most effective design. Basically the way it works is you have all the skeletons falling down here. You can use your hand or a bow and arrow or a sword, anything really, to kill them. Using your hand, it sometimes takes 2 hits, sometimes it takes 1 hit, but you use up a lot of hunger when using your hand. So I like to use a bow and arrow on a skeleton one, and the best thing about that is that all the skeletons will start dropping items. They'll start dropping bows, they'll drop arrows, so you're never going to run out of either of those 2 things when using a skeleton XP farm. And so you can just keep going like this until you got your desired amount of XP. Or I've added this little emergency switch, which will just basically kill the mobs in there, and it'll make them drop all their stuff, push all their drops out. You won't get the XP because you need to kill the mob yourself to get XP from it. I'll show you real quickly. This is the room with the dungeon in it, right here. Let's just put some glass here. So basically, this is the room with the dungeon in it. You got the zombie dungeon down here. It's going to spawn, skeleton dungeon down here. It spawns skeletons. Can spawn up to 4 skeletons at a time, which is quite nice. Sometimes it spawns 2, sometimes it spawns 3, but it can spawn up to 4, which is really, really good. And then what will happen is they're going to go underground to here, where if I switch into creative, they're going to start coming up this little water ladder here, just swimming up it like so. Going to come over here, and they're going to push each other off this little ledge here, making them fall down 23 blocks or 22 blocks, I can't quite remember, and basically lose all their hearts bar 1, which will then require 1 or 2 hits to kill them. So you notice he pushes him off, and then they wait for the next guy to come along to push them off, like so. Come down here, and they're filling up again, and you can start hitting them like so, or using the emergency switch, which now does not exist. Oh dear. The cleverness of me. Alright, I'll put that back later. Anyways, I'll show you how to make this. I have conveniently, whoops, wrong inventory, conveniently placed a dungeon down here, like so. This is your typical zombie skeleton dungeon. It is 5 by 5, and it is full of mossy cobblestone and cobblestone. And so what I've done is I've lit it up so no skeletons can spawn. I'll show you how to start constructing it. The first thing you're going to want to do is you want to knock out the walls. Your room needs to be 7 by 7, and dungeons are typically 5 by 5. So we need to dig out 2 blocks wide for our walls, like so. Just dig into the walls twice, like that, and then just dig them all away, and that should make the room 7 by 7. I'm pretty sure. I actually haven't counted it. I'm just doing estimates of how wide the room is, but we count quickly. 1. No, I haven't done this side. That's not going to work. So we'll do this side now, and then we can guess how wide it is. It actually might be 9 by 9. That seems to be more reasonable when I think about it, because we're knocking out both sides of the wall. Let's just check real quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so the room needs to be 9 by 9, and I'm pretty sure dungeons tend to be 5 by 5. So we need to dig out each wall 2 deep, like so. Just finished doing this one here. Okay, look, now what we need to do is real quickly is we need to put torches in the corners of each wall, like so, because we may have already had one happen, but skeletons can spawn right in the corner of the walls when your room is 9 by 9, which is what we want them to be able to do, just not now that we're building. Next step is to put a little column on top of our spawner, like so, and we want the roof to be 2 up. We want the column to be 2 high. We're just going to place torches around this block here, and that's going to keep the room light. We're going to take these torches out because we're going to start taking the floor away. So we're going to take the floor We want the floor to be 2 deep underneath the spawner, so I'm going to use single player commands just to speed the process up. Whoa! Not quite what I meant to do. There we go. That's 3 deep. We want it to be 2 deep, so we'll just do this real quick. Cool. So now there's 2 deep underneath our spawner, like so. Now what we need to do is we need to dig out a little trench underneath our spawner. Now let me just go up above ground real quick so I can get my bearings. We want it to go that way. So we want to build a little trench going in between, right underneath our spawner like so, and you want it to go in the direction that you want your killing room to be in, basically. So I want my killing room to go that direction. So a little trench, water going down. When the water stops, dig down 1. You can dig out this area, and you're going to place another water block there to continue the path. The next step is to basically put some water on the side. Now you can see it's 4 blocks to the trench, and so that's not good enough. We need it to be 8 blocks so that the water stops just before the trench. So we're going to dig 4 into this wall. You can place a little water down just to make sure we've done it right. Notice that goes in and it stops just before. Perfect, so we can place a block there to stop that. Now what we need to do is go into the other side. So it's 4 blocks in. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to dig out the behind of this area. And then what we're going to do is we're going to knock out the blocks about 1 high, just here, so that the water can swim underneath. Or water can swim, flow is a better word. There we go. We can now place our water down, like this. The water's going to go streaming out. Put some blocks here, and on the other side. And now what we need to do is do it on the same thing on the other side. So I'm going to speed this little bit up for you guys. Awesome, so now we have water on both sides flowing towards the middle, then water in the middle going towards where we want our killing room to be. So what's going to happen is the skeletons are going to spawn, they're going to be pushed into the middle trench, and the middle trench is going to then flow them towards this trench, which is then going to drop down and continue taking them this way. So we'll just dig out this real quick until we get to the end of the stream, which is here. I'm going to place a little torch down there. Awesome, and I'll just get rid of the roof as well because it'll mean that we can swim quicker or fly quicker, like so. So now I'm going to just tell you a little bit about the spawner mechanics and the way it works. If there is more than 4 mobs, or if there's 4 or more mobs within 8 blocks of the spawner, and that's like in a circle, basically a sphere, then it will not spawn mobs. And so you need to make sure that the mobs are all the mobs are out of an 8 block radius from the spawner, and so the 8 block radius is actually 1, 2, 3, 4. So when the mobs reach this stage, once they've gone past here, the spawner will then start spawning some more mobs. You also need to be within 16 blocks from the spawner for mobs to spawn, and that again is a 16 block radius, and so we need to make sure that our killing room is within 16 blocks of our spawner so that we can continue killing the mobs and more mobs will start to spawn. So what we need to do is we need to basically decide which side our killing room is going to be. It either needs to be on this side or that side, and I'm going to choose this side. So we're going to dig out 3 long. I'm just going to knock out this roof here. Knock out this roof. So 3 blocks in between, like so. And then the 4th block is going to be our killing room. And we can drop down here and start knocking out the walls of our killing room, like so. There we go. Keep going. And I'm just going to have like a little small room. I don't want it to be too big because obviously the bigger I make it, the longer it takes to build. So I'll just make it this big, put some torches on the side to keep it lit up. Awesome. So now the next step really is to start going upwards to where we want our... we want to make a path going upwards so that our monsters can go up and then they're going to be able to fall back down again and kill themselves on the return journey. Well, not kill themselves, hurt themselves to the point of almost being dead. And so we built up here. We want to go over to where our killing room is, here, and we want to do the same thing. It needs to be 3 blocks in between where the monsters are going up and when they're coming back down again. So I've made sure that ours is 3 blocks in between. So just go up again. You notice we got 2 blocks here. Now I'm going to basically get a building material out. I'll probably just use stone actually, and I want to get 22 blocks of stone out. So I'll get that out real quickly. I'm going to change into survival mode as soon as I hit the floor. Okay, and I'm just going to basically build up 22 blocks, and that's how high we want our skeletons to go up before they fall down. So we're just measuring it out. It can be any building material, just need 22 blocks of a kind. Okay, so they're going to come up this high before they fall down. Now we'll switch back into creative mode, and what we're going to do is we're just going to build with glass a tower going up the sides of this stone, like so. It doesn't have to be glass, it's just nice using glass because you can then see this skeletons coming up and falling back down again. Obviously if it's underground then it's not really going to matter what you use. Also going to do the same on this side because they're going to come up here. Alrighty, and one more on this side. Then what we're going to do is just going to build the walls up too high. Going to connect them real quick. And too high here, too high here, too high here. Connect those two walls up. Same on this side, up two. And then put a glass block in between. We can then get rid of this stone column going down so that we can start building our room. Whoops, that was one too many. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to start building the way that our oh, I shouldn't be doing this here. I should come down here a little bit. Let me just get over here. I'm going to build a path which goes to our skeleton spawner over here. Go up one. There we go. Cool. So now what we need to do is we need to start building the tower that's going to take our skeletons all the way to the top. The way we're going to do this is by using signs and water. So I'm going to place a sign right here, and then I'm going to place some water on top of it. Now skeletons are too high and their heads just reach the top of that water, and mobs always swim to the top of water. So they're going to start swimming up this water like so. And place another sign down, place some more water, another sign, some more water, another sign. We're just alternating between sign and water source like so. And what's going to happen is they're going to actually swim up this water ladder all the way to the top. And because there's signs in between, it means they're not going to drown on their way up. But because there's water blocks, they're always going to continuously be swimming up. Whoops, we don't want you there. We're going to actually just come to the top real quick. We want there to be a sign right there. And so we'll place a water block there. And there's going to be how many? 3 seems... Nope. There's going to be 2 water sources in there. That's alright. They can survive at 2. Now what we need to do is just before they fall down we need to place another sign, and we're going to place some water down here. Now the final step really is to just put a little roof, if yours is above ground, to stop them from burning to death on their way down, because we want them not to be hurt whatsoever by anything like the sun. So we can dig down into our room, and this is going to be where they fall down. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put some sticky pistons here, behind here, like so, and whoops, that's too many, one there. I'm going to put some stone here. Then I'm going to come around here to where the sticky pistons are. I think they're just here. Yep. We're going to basically put some blocks there. Let me just come up one, and what we're going to do is we're just going to put a redstone repeater down. Where's the redstone repeater? Here. Put a redstone repeater down here, and some redstone. Get that out as well. Get a lever out as well. Where's my lever? Here it is. Cool. And so we're gonna have redstone coming down like this, and come down one, please. Come down another, actually. Yeah, that's fine. And it can come down to here. And then we're going to have a lever in this corner, which will turn the pistons on and make them push out like so. Awesome. Final step really is to get some glass planes out and put them on the top here like so, and that's going to stop the skeletons from being able to step out into our little room, and it's going to also stop them from being able to shoot arrows at us when we're in here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take my path down here, make another one along the side, and I'm going to come out here. Okay, there's our torch, and I can come out here then, and we'll just seal this off real quick. Cool. So now what we can do is basically destroy the torches, which are stopping the skeletons from spawning. And so we'll do the corner ones, like so. And then we'll knock out this middle block, place a new block on top, and you notice 4 skeletons spawn straight away, which is beautiful. We want it to make, basically the perfect scenario is that 4 skeletons spawn every time. And once they pass the 8 block meter down there, what will happen is I might actually get some black wool out and we'll make an 8 block meter so we can see it more better. So 4, I think that's 4, yep, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm pretty sure this is our 8 block. Oops, oh dear, we don't want them doing that. We don't want them getting into this. Whoa, let me fly, quick, he's coming for me. Oh dear. Okay, obviously you don't need to do this, I'm just doing this for visual effect. Get out of here, come on, shoot. Alright. Let's get a sword out so we can kill these guys if they happen to fall into this area. Okay, so actually go up 1, like so. And get a stone out so we can seal this area off. And I'll stop skeletons from being able to get into here as well. Oh, you're dead. That's right. Take that, broski. Okay, there we go. Alrighty, so we're going to come into here once these skeletons pass by. Cool. And we can watch the skeletons start to spawn. And once they pass that 8 block meter, they should start spawning some more. Whoa! Got it surrounded. Not cool, bro. Not cool. Come on, let me out. Okay. So, just have to wait for the last 2 to get past that 8 block meter. And the spawner should start spawning some more skeletons, hopefully. If I've measured right and I've got my facts and statistics and whatnot right. Anytime now. I think it goes randomly. I'm not sure there's an actual timer on them. But we know that as soon as they pass that 8 block meter, they start spawning. Anytime now, mate. Anyways, there we go. Only 2 spawn that time. That's kind of sad. Anyways, what we're going to do is we're going to go into our room in here. And we should start seeing that monsters start spawning. Hey, rain. Not cool. And we can either use a sword, you can use our hands. Let me get a bow out, and we can use that as well. Okay, change into creative mode, cool. So we can use our hands on them, and our hands sometimes will kill them 1 hit, sometimes it'll take 2 hits. Seems like we're getting lucky every single time here, and it's only taking 1 hit. We can obviously use a sword if we want to, or we can use a bow. And we've got our emergency switch here, which then will squish them if we want to. So that is really it. That's the tutorial finished. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. Make sure that your killing room is within 16 block radius of where your spawner, from your spawner. So I'm actually going to show you real quick. We'll just jump up into, in survival mode, there we go. I'm going to jump up on top of my spawner here. I'm going to H-sphere. Or sphere, I should say. And if I do 20 and 16, well, whoops, what did I do wrong? Hollow sphere. For some reason I'm getting this all mixed up. What is wrong with me? Hollow sphere. 20, 16. There we go. So if I come into my killing room real quickly, you should notice there should be some glass in the walls. Yep, there is. So this glass is the corners of my sphere, and basically you notice I'm actually in this sphere, and that means that monsters are going to be spawning as long as I'm in this sphere here. And you notice it's just going to keep going around like so. So you just need to make sure you're within 16 blocks of your sphere, and that will ensure that monsters keep spawning in your skeleton spawner. I'll come up here. This is the top of my sphere. Like so, you can see you can actually be in here as well, and monsters are going to be spawning. But that is it, guys. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me, and I'll do my best to answer them. Otherwise, that is the end of the tutorial. So if you enjoyed it, please hit the like button, and if you want more tutorials or videos, please hit subscribe. I'm xDowsey, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.